So welcome. What are we doing here today? Look, I don't even really know. This is definitely a paint by numbers situation, listeners. I've been clicking buttons for a while and I think I figured out how to record this, get the sound together. Who knows? But look, at least we're going to have a laugh. Whether we're going to have a laugh at the right things or not, I'm not sure, but one of us is going to have a laugh, so we shall see. So look, what we're doing here today is we're going to do a trophy roast of Redbeard-Rik. Redbeard-Rik from the UK. Now, before we start, Rick has given his permission. He said, do whatever you want, free reign, I don't care. So, don't get excited, don't, whinge, don't whatever, trophy whores. It's all above board, it's all whatever it is. So, why don't we start here? So let's have a look here. Redbeard-Rik. Rick 35 England. Rick Waldron on Twitter. So look, I'm all for putting your Grindr tag on your profile. Whether you're married or not, who cares? A bit of down low action is always a good thing here, Rick. Now, I notice though that this is not your first name. Let's have a look here. PSN name history. What a wonderful feature from Sony. Thank you, Sony, for finally offering this feature. Free once, and then, well, you can see Rick's only taken the freebie option because he's a cheap bastard, obviously, at this point. So, he was formerly Deadpool Rick, but look, I have a feeling this is not his first account. I think there's probably more accounts that behind this curtain that we can't see. I think Rick is one of these trophy hunters that starts accounts, spams the crap out of them, feels self-disgust, self-loathing, lack of value, whatever you want to call it. The trophy system is broken, listeners. Yeah, blah, blah, whatever. And so he starts a new profile. Now, there's no way of knowing what his old profile is, but look, I'm sure there are hundreds of hours just thrown away there for no real reason, just so he could spam out a new profile. But look, maybe things have changed for old Rick. So let's have a look here. His first name, Deadpool Rick. So he went with a B-grade comic star. That says a lot. But look, I like his new name. This tells me a lot. This tells me who he is. This tells me the essence of the gamer, the man behind the account, behind the controller. Redbeard-Rik. So this is something that you'd probably come up with, I suppose, after a night out on the Beefeater and tonic, and it's taken him some time here to think about this. Obviously, he's probably woken up half cut still. Just grabbed the keyboard and gone, yeah, I got a beard. It's red. My name's Rick. Redbeard-Rik. Fantastic, really. So let's have a look. It's been a while since I've seen a profile this far down on the leaderboards, I'll have to admit, listeners. It took me a while to find it, but it's great to see the boards go down this far. I'm all for equality, all gamers matter. And, today that proves it. Level 31. It's fantastic. I wonder what they start at these days, the accounts. But level 31, who knows? 5,340 trophies. That's impressive, sir. Very impressive. 124 plats. Fair enough. 825 gold. 1,198 silver. 3,193 bronze. Well, look, that's a ton of numbers, isn't it? That's fantastic. I don't really think any of it means anything, but congratulations, Rick. You've spent all this time, you've acquired 5,340 virtual trophies. I'm going to give you a virtual pat on the back. Let's have a look. Here. 206 games played. Which is funny because I think Rick potentially has a bit of a game buying problem. Look, maybe an addiction, some people would say. There's probably a term for it here. But then you look at this number and you see 206 and you think, well, that's not too bad at all. That's nothing. So perhaps he has a lot of games that he just hasn't started yet. Yeah. So look, I don't know, but let's just say that he's got thousands of games that he's bought there that he just hasn't even started. But look, on the plus side, he's completed 152 of his 206. So what this means statistically, listeners, is that he's at a 79% completion rate. Now look at that. It's exactly 79. That's impressive. Look, again, I don't know what any of that means, but look, it's fantastic, sir. Another virtual pat on the back. But look, this is alarming. this is alarming. 1,537 unearned trophies. Now, when you look that he's only got 5,340 and he's got 1,537, that's right, he's got 5,340, but he's not got 1,537. That's a big number. Again, look, I don't know what any of this means, but that's a large number. You've really got to ask yourself here, Rick, what is going on with this number? Look, maybe it means nothing to you either. I don't know. Now, look at this. This is a big number. At first, I thought this was inches, 9.55, and I was like, well, I haven't seen that, since last weekend. But it's not inches. This is actually the number of trophies per day that he's been earning. So, sorry to flatter yourself there, Rick, for a second there. But no, it's not that. It's just the number of trophies you've earned per day. Which, look, that's impressive, I mean, I don't know what you've been playing. There's no way to know. Well, I suppose we can find out here. We will find out shortly. But look, impressive. And look, 3,540 views. Well, look, all I can really say about this is that there was 3,539 views till we started this video, and I don't expect that number to go up while we're doing it. But look, maybe after this video, some people will be like, who is this sick bastard that would give his profile up for butchering by an egotistical, deluded and ignorant Australian. But this is this guy here, this Redbeard-Rik. He's done that, listeners. So let's see if we can get that number up. At least that number is higher than his unearned trophies. So what that tells me is it's almost 2-1 as well. In fact, it's more than 2-1, which is impressive. So he's basically getting 2 views on his profile for every 1 unearned trophy. So look, that already sets this profile in the positives in my view. Again, it's a useless stat, but look, you're a trophy hunter, so you love useless stats. Maybe we can write a little forum post over here. I don't think they get posts over here for some reason. I don't know why. But sorry, you could add that, people are paying for your site. Little posts over here, and we could add this stat here of the views versus unearned trophies, because there's a direct correlation here. We could maybe throw in the completion percentage, and let's throw in a bronze trophy percentage too, Sly, while you've got a bit of time, because none of it really means anything, but it'll all look fantastic. Look, my mouse is going insane. I don't know. Look, I'm excited about it. Now, world ranking. Look, he's up 824 since last week. This is what I love about coming this far down the boards, listeners. Look, I don't know what these people are doing down here, but they're moving up. Well, that's what they're doing, CJ. Look at this, 824 in 1 week. I mean, that's insane, isn't it? Could you imagine that happening in the top 1,000? Look, congratulations, today you're 825th. Whoa, tomorrow you're world number 1. Congratulations. You and the team behind you. That's an impressive feel. But look, enjoy that while it lasts, sir, because I don't think that's sustainable. Some of this other stuff maybe, but I don't think 824 in 1 week is sustainable. Well, maybe with a rat plat or two, but I don't know. Look at this. Who would have thought there were over 3,000 gamers in the UK? I thought with Brexit and everything else going on, they'd have more to concern themselves with than, virtual reality. But, obviously real reality is not a place you wish to dwell on at the moment. I wonder if the Queen is on here. You can bet Harry is, because, Harry hates everything about video games. I read about his Fortnite rant. It was fantastic. I'm sure he's never even logged into the game, but he's very opinionated on it, which is, is wonderful. And now he's not a royal. He'll have plenty of time to play it. Hopefully he can afford the subscription, the battle pass, but that's really his concern, I suppose. But I wonder if the Queen is on here. Could you imagine if the Queen was on PSN profiles? That would be fantastic. I know they do like a members interview. They just interview the Queen. It'd be lovely. A bit of sherry, one of those little dogs, the Queen. Fantastic. A wave. You could probably earn quite a few plats with that hand gesture these days. There's so little involved now on the PlayStation, but. Yeah, look, I wonder. But look, I don't know. That doesn't look that good to me, Rick. I think if you're moving up 824 a week, this number should be high. Look, Sly, what we'll do is we'll add down here, when we add this bit here, and, maybe knock this out this afternoon if you could, just move it to the top of your list of things that you ignore on the site. And, so what do we got here? We got the bronze running across the unearned trophies with the views, combined with the total percentage, and then the country rank. And that'll probably give you the definitive stat for a trophy hunter. Could you imagine they'd like an orgasm all over the screen with a number like that? Just put the orgasm index over here or something. I don't know. So as you can see, like, I am a premium member of this site, but look, I chose not to log in. I don't know why, and I don't know how to change that now because we're already recording. So I get to see this lovely ad here about Red Dead Redemption 2 and the Intel Core. The irony is you probably need this power to run the thing. which doesn't. I'm sure this is what's this? This is probably PlayStation 6. Is Intel thing here. But anyway, look, look, until sold out, who cares? Okay, well, we're not going to bother with that. Look, the thing probably doesn't even work anyway. Actually, that's probably the ultimate joke, trying to get Red Dead Redemption 2 to actually run on a PC when that ever happens. Well, whatever this thing is. It's a mini PC, isn't it? Nice coloured keyboard, though. But okay, look, we're getting distracted. The mouse is all over the place, all over the shop. Let's, this is easier than I thought. I mean, it's not funny, but then, you didn't expect that, did you? Did you, listeners? You're just here to, have a look at some gamer's profile you don't know and just look at it and just make yourself feel better when you realize how crap, his is in your eyes, I suppose. So this is just an extension of building you up. This has got nothing to do with Rick or me anymore. This is just making us feel better about our own profile, which is equally garbage when we look at it and compared to somebody else's, somebody else from England. May or may not know the Queen, who's got a very strange percentage going on here with all these bronze and things. So anyway, so it's time to look at some games. One of the things I love about PSN profiles is this. Like, I don't know how this happens. It's just, look at this. I mean, there's so many things that don't work on the site, but this works fantastically. Look at this. I can slowly move across and I can see what he's been earning, which is great. It's a little alarming you're still playing The Walking Dead, I mean, and you're playing it on Vita as well, but look, at least you can do that, which is wonderful. So I understand you can type your games in here. I don't really care about that. So look, because there is no format here, like, why don't we just go over this side first? Because this is always interesting. And well, let's start with rarest trophies. Let's just get that out of the way, I think first. And we've got, what do we got here? 62 ultra rare. Look, that's impressive. So that's less than me. So I'm impressed. The ultimate aim, of course, is to have 0, but unfortunately, sometimes you can't help it. It just happens. 214 rare, 500 very rare. Sorry, I know that's important too. 501 rare, and 1,763 uncommon. What's uncommon about them? Virtual trophies. Anyone can get them, but anyway, they're uncommon. But 2,800 common trophies, Rick. That's a good sign. So if you're not across this, basically, ultra rares are what happens when you have an accident. You get to the end of a platinum. Something happened there. It's just, anyway, it's unfortunate. You can hide these, Rick, if you want to. But these are the ones that really matter. These are your bread and butter. This is your pie here. This is what pushes you up the leaderboard, which is what Rick really needs. Because at this position, I don't know what's going on. So anyway, 2,800 of these, probably for turning on the console and loading up a game, which is impressive. So we'll probably get into that later. Probably, hopefully not into this. Let's see here. Trophy cabinet. Now, look, I like this. He's got 62 of these mishaps, yet he doesn't list... Oh, no, he does list one in there, But other than that, he's not too vain, which is lovely. It's rarity in trophy hunters, but he hasn't... Because don't you love it when you just come on to this site and you look at someone's trophy cabinet and they just have like all these 0.001% trophies here. And you're just like, well, that's 1,000 hours of farming for a bronze trophy. Congratulations. But, impressive in its own right, of course. But, anyway, it is what it is. So I heard about this thing where you can start to put names of trophies to make a sentence here. So let's see, that's pretty creative, like if you're fucking bored and you've got hours and hours, you could go through all your trophies and you could make like a sentence here that no one will read. Well, look, I suppose we're going to read it, but like you'll think people read it. 3,539 people have possibly read it before me. So it's possible. Let's see if Rick did that. Like a rogue, trophy addict, platinum trophy. Okay. Fully evolved, completion, the final frontier. Official Rainbow Moon hero, beat it. Yeah, well, that's too easy, and we're not even going to touch that. Platinum. So, look, he hasn't bothered to be that creative, obviously. But, there's a tip for you, Rick. Make this do something. Make this pop. You've got plenty of time. You're clearly not earning a lot of trophies here. You're not in a rush to get to the top. So do something with this. Do something with this. So what has he got here? Look, I don't even know most of these. Oh, look, this is a skill game. 9.4. No wonder he put this in. And trophy addict, well, that should be up the top. Higher up. Fully evolved. Jeez. Really? You're fully evolved, are you? This is fully evolved. Okay. Okay, we'll let you go with that. Completion. So this is completion, is it? Yeah, 79%. Okay, we'll go with that. The Final Frontier, official Rainbow Moon Hero. So this is like a massive grindy JRPG. That's why it's 4.82%. Probably doesn't involve skill. It involves sitting on your ass for like hundreds of hours just pushing X or something like that, or potentially getting your kid to do it for you. Why not? I suppose. Beat it. I mean, this, 30.02%. What would be a more interesting percentage is how many people did beat it while they were playing this game. Which is a little bit alarming because it's a game about kids, Stranger Things, so, probably shouldn't be beating it. But anyway, look, that's really up to, that's up to you. Look at this 0.02%. Wonder who this guy is, don't you? Or girl, congratulations. You've pissed somebody off by pushing it above the 30% mark. Platinum, Doom and Destiny. That's a lovely, what is that there? Is that a massive dildo or... I don't know what that thing is. Is he? Maybe it's an ear cleaner. Look, I don't know what's going on with that thing. We'll just leave that alone. But look, that's a JRPG, so turn-based, I think. That's great. That's a good game. And as usual with, good games, it's not ultra rare. That's how you can tell a good game. The higher the percentage, the better the game is. I mean, beat it, obviously, because that's self-satisfaction, self-mutilation, perhaps. That's always going to be high, And then, as we said, boring JRPG grindfest, 4.82. Platinum, Super Stardust Ultra. This is probably just like a game he put on to farm trophies, to make his profile look more very rare. He's only got 214 of them, so he did this one as well. That's good. Now, does he do milestones? Look, who knows? Let's go back and have a look. So his first trophy is 2 years ago, the Markman Dead Space. But look, that's bullshit because we all know that he had an account before this. We just don't know what it's called. So this is not really his first trophy. This is just the first trophy he wants us to think he's got because he's too ashamed with the way he played before, and he needed to restart. He lost control of his OCD and he restarted. So congratulations, first trophy, Dead Space. See, I love people that start their profile off strong with a solid. You can't argue. This is a solid game. This is a staple of the horror genre. PS3 masterpiece. EA. Glorious EA. It's fantastic. And let's see what the further you go up, it's just going to get worse because this is you can start as many accounts as you like, Rick, but once you're a trophy spammer, you're always a spammer. You're just better at hiding it. And let's see anyway. So Dead Space 2. So yeah, look at that. 1 year. Look at this. So took him a year, but 10th platinum. But he look like most addicts here. He probably was still flirting with his other account. Like moonlighting on it. Sort of just using this as a down low account for when he changed. He needed a couple of plats here before he made the big change publicly, but you can bet he was still smashing out his Paugi on the other one, whatever. So look, Final Fantasy X HD is 20th plat. See, this is quality. What went wrong, Rick? Then Plague Inc. Unlock cheat modes. It's probably not the first time you've done that in your gaming life, I assume. Fallout 3. Look at this. Peggle 2. Peggle 2 was his... What a bizarre stat this is. 1,337th trophy. Pretty sure this stat's just here to fuck up people's profiles, early on. Because, at this stage, obviously not Rick because he had a second account beforehand. He was well gone by this point. But, your normal gamer at this point, they don't know about this. The addiction hasn't kicked in yet. They don't care about this. So they're just playing whatever. And by the time they get to, maybe 1,500 or the 40th plat, they know what's going on. They come back and they see something like, oh shit, I put Peggle 2 in here. How embarrassing, for this random trophy. But I mean, there's so much going on this site that's fantastic that's there as well. Glory of the Dead. Look, I don't know. Elder Scrolls 5. It's a long game. It's fantastic. Fantastic. Who cares? Hotline Miami. That's a skill game. I'm not wasting my time on that. Organ Trail. That's got a nice name, but I don't know anything about it. Fat Cat. It's a good picture too. Goosebumps. So this is where we start to see the real Rick come out. Goosebumps. How I Learned to Fly. He'll probably claim later on that someone else played this for him, a child or something. But we all know it was him playing a child's game for his 3,000th trophy as well. I like that too. He's like, fuck it. I mean, I'm not embarrassed. I'm just going to put that out there. Interesting. So then he follows it up 75th platinum. Look at this. My name is Mayo. This is look, I don't mind this guy. He's having a bit of a laugh at himself. It's also his fastest plat. You can bet he's good at tapping the old fella nice and quick, can't you? He's not a young man, so he's had plenty of experience. Congratulations, sir, on the Mayo plat. That's already raised your profile up, in my opinion. If we can get another ranking over here, Sly, like a up profile because of this, please arrange that. Brave New World, Dead Space 3. Well, look, so that's done all the Dead Spaces. That's impressive. Yeah, there's nothing else we can say about that. There's no Dead Space 4, so, until there is, it'll be up here. Coming soon, Dead Space 4, after Anthem. Maybe Anthem will become Dead Space 4. I mean, the thing's a broken mess anyway. Maybe that's the future for that game. Rick can just whack it in up here somewhere. Master of Mordor, yep. Platinum Gal, yeah, Meta Gal, that's right. Took you 2 minutes. Well done, so congratulations. First Riddler trophy. Well, that took you a lot more than 2 minutes, but, in the end of the day, the trophy is a trophy, worth the same. And then look, this thing, we'll talk about this later. Okay, so that's enough. Is there any more? No, that's it. Look, it updated 48 minutes and 12 seconds ago, and the next update 5 hours and 12 minutes. So why this, if you're not a massive trophy hunter, why this number is important is, well, you want to see in 5 hours and 12 minutes if there's been any changes, So this is why people log into this site all the time. They haven't actually played that day, but they're just like, oh, I wonder if this number here's changed or this number's changed, and I better come back in 5 hours and 12 minutes. And the thing is, they'll come back, before that, like this will be the 10th or 20th time to see, which is, it's mystifying, really. But what do they expect to find? Someone else has played on their account? Is that what, who would do that? Like, that's ridiculous. That sort of thing doesn't go on here. Rick, you wouldn't do this sort of thing, I know, but look, it's, it happens. So Rick's a premium member, so that tells us that he's cashed up. So congratulations, sir. A lifetime premium member. So the good thing we got to look forward to is when all these fucking lifetime premium members start to die and their profiles just, they live, well, look, I'm not saying he's dead yet. I mean, it's a very low ranking, but this is what you got to look forward to, this sort of a position when you're just fucking lying in the ground, And I tell you what, it'd be interesting to come back when you're in that position 6 hours later and see if you'd earned anything, wouldn't it? It'd be a shock, wouldn't it? Anyway, I don't know, maybe pass it on to your kids, Rick. This profile's a mess. They could see what they can salvage with it. So, games. Look at these options here. Look, I don't know what these do, so we'll just leave those alone. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim VR. Yeah. So look at this, 32%. So, more power to you, locking yourself up in a virtual world. Look, I don't blame you. The UK is a mess at this point in time. Why not? I mean, there's a good chance you'll get killed by a looter anyway at some point as the free world economy breaks down there anyway. So at least look, what a great way to go. And bludgeon to death while I was in Skyrim VR. It's a great legacy to leave your children, isn't it? Bloodied VR set. I tell you what, though, to get them off it, though, wouldn't it? If you still had your ear attached to it. Anyway, look at that. This is going to be a good one for you, Rick. 0.91%. You can put that over here if you want. I'll impress nobody but you. Okay, The Walking Dead. Well, what can you say, Vita? This game is like hundreds of years old. It's time to move on. Look, even the studio's moved on by now, Rick. What are you doing? Move on now. Look at this. What can you say about this? Can you imagine? This is like an orgasmic wet dream for someone from the UK. Any soccer game is, like FIFA. It's just wow. Probably the only people that are buying it these days. But look at this, turn-based strategy RPG soccer game. Jesus, no, it's no wonder that you. I mean, the only surprise is it took you 7 hours and 3 days. You're probably replaying the first match over and over because it was just you're just loving it so much. Look, I don't know. And, I know we're not supposed to call it soccer. There are simple people. They prefer the word football because the foot hits the ball. But, it is, look, it is what it is, Rick. Soccer, whatever. The Queen's probably playing. It's probably how you could find the Queen's profile. She's probably one of the other 4 people that have platted this game for the UK. Anyway, okay, let's move on. Reverie, so that's New Zealand JRPG. So I like this because I know Rick, like a little back behind the scenes here, listeners. I know that Rick's doing this, Ego Fest here of an RPG competition on this site or whatever else, and it seems to be like it meanders, or panders if you like, to these people that they're going to do these massive, hundreds of hour RPGs because they're amazing gamers and all this sort of thing, and they respect the long game, long game. Jesus. And anyway, but in reality, they're just spamming the quickest RPGs they can, trying to get VNs as RPGs and trying to get games like Reverie, as RPGs, which it's a bit of a joke. I think they're even trying to get soccer games in as well. But, let them do whatever they want for their points, So look, he's got a real RPG here, Final Fantasy VIII. Yeah, look, I don't know. Look, it's not 14, Rick. There's no way you can turn this number into 14. 5, 3, 3, 5. 1, 2, 5, 6. No, it can't make it. It can't make 14, and therefore it's irrelevant. So you know that's enough. Need for Speed Rivals, congratulations, still living in the past. So we'll see you on the PlayStation 5. Tomb Raider Definitive. Well, this is another good title. This one, because you know if you don't look at this percentage, straight away you can tell this is a great game. This is 5.58. So what makes this game so great is the 10, 20, 30, 40 hours or whatever you have to spend to grind the multiplayer to level 50 and all that garbage, which you're basically probably doing by yourself, or if you're lucky, you've managed to rope a few mates in. Hope they don't neck themselves as they go. Probably sold them some bullshit line about how it'll make their profile look great because it's a 5.58. In reality, everybody in the room is bored shitless continuously, just looking for an extension or a reason to get out of there. But, look, at least he got it. I bet as soon as he got it, he was like, fuck, delete, gone. Bad luck to those other people. Leave the noose in a chair, jump off at your free will. So look at this, Sims 4. This is great. So sorry, Rick, this is not an ultra rare anymore. Well, that's good. At least it's not a mistake. But, look, more power to you. You've got a real family, so why not spend time neglecting them and build your virtual family, which is great. Could you imagine, Rick, one day in 8 hours, if you could have kids and get them out of the house in that time frame? That'd be amazing. Amazing. 24 years later, yeah. 24, 36, who knows? So look, I know you scammed this game, Rick, but who cares? Everybody else is scamming it these days. So quick plat, spam plat, gallery, EA account, all this sort of stuff. EA are for the gamers, and look, they're for Rick here. So then we move. Look, I'm not going to do all these because this is getting exhausting. I don't know how people do this. Already I felt overwhelmed. I haven't seen a rat game since this piece of whatever that was up there. Look, we've got to do this one because SingStar NA. So look at this, 1.66. What I love about this is the sneaky, slutty, scammy, cheap, degenerate side of trophy hunting here, Rick, isn't it? This is where you're farming ultra rare, and the standard practice for the last 10 years is just to load up random sports titles that millions of people buy for the actual game, for enjoyment. Yeah, it's a strange concept, I know. Enjoy the game. And, they don't care about the trophies. They look at them and go, I'm not going to run backwards 3,000 meters and touchdown behind my, jumping through the fence over my left ear and the guy umpires tap him on the head as I go or something. They're playing the game. They're not going for the trophies. So that was the acceptable practice to boost this, mistaken number over here up. And that's what everyone was used to do. But, now, it seems shameful, I suppose, or slutty, although many people still do it, more power to them. So now, we move to a classic. We use singing games, and there are people that they don't even sing. They just use microphones next to a fan to farm trophies. Now, look, I'm not saying that's what Rick did. I mean, he's got a wonderful voice. The English, Kylie Minogue, they love it. It's fantastic. And, and Rick's a modern man. He'd cover a good Taylor Swift as well, I'm sure. But that's impressive. I mean, the fact that he got 18 of 32 is it doesn't look in his favour. But he's probably got enough ultra rares. He'll come back and get the rest of them later. But look at all this. Oh, look at this. What is this? He's done it again. He's done it 4 trophies and 6. Look, how many times do you have to play this game, Rick, to realise you can't finish it? What's going on here? Was it really worth this 4 trophies? Look at this 0.51. Nobody finishes this game. Must be a nightmare. So, look, there's a lot of games here. Worms 2, Armageddon. That's fantastic. Rock Band 2, Batman Arkham Origins. Couldn't finish that either, huh, Rick? PS3, Jesus, dinosaur. Come on, if you don't finish it soon, the thing will die. Even Sony's abandoned this console. It's time you did the same. So, he's got some Vita here, whoop-de-doo, Vita Island, stamp your passport, whatever else. So actually, that's probably an alternative to getting out of the UK at the moment. I wonder where this mythical Vita Island even is. Do you imagine? Be full of fucking whingers, though, you can bet that. I haven't met the Vita. You can break down into 2 types of gamers. It's your spam platter and your skipper, your VN skipper, who's just a miserable bastard anyway, because they get all these trophies in 2 seconds. It's cost them thousands of dollars, and then they proceed to tell anyone that'll listen, with half a brain, how the trophy system is broken and fuck it, and all this sort of stuff. Or your other side of the Vita, is these I just don't know, like these little mole type people that just bend over the screen. They just get right down in it. It's really close. And they're the people you avoid on public transport. You're like, Jesus, What the hell happened to that person in their life? That's your Vita gamer for you, but like a cripple, with a hand or something. Just play on a TV. You're a grown up. Put away a child's toy for Christ's sake. Okay, refunked. Tony Hawk. Jeez. There are so many amazing games on the system. It's great to see you wasting your time on Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 5. Well, I mean, you got to 30% before you realized it was a waste of time, obviously. But, here's another. This is a sneaky ultra rare farm, this one, because you need... Now, I'm gonna. This is highly risky because with Australian internet, it did load up fairly quickly, but, that can take half a day sometimes. So this game is piss easy. You can just use a guide. I'm not saying Rick did that. He's probably, a grandmaster in chess in his spare time, when he's not singing, I suppose, Kylie Minogue or Taylor Swift. But, anyway, so the whole list is a joke, basically. But there's this one trophy down here, which is sort of bullshit. And this is to win a 32-player tournament. So, the chances of finding 32 people on PlayStation playing anything but Fortnite is like 1%. So the chance of 32 people loading up a chess game all at once is non-existent, It's like Boris Johnson becoming the next Prime Minister. Oh, shit, that actually did happen. Okay, so, pull your own analogy there, America. So anyway, tournament champions. So getting 32 people. So this is a bit of a bitch, And look, I know Rick's a popular man around the PlayStation. He might have found 32 people, but I doubt it. So what they do here, this is just disgusting, is they just set up all these multiple accounts, Look, he might have set up 31 accounts, so this might have taken him forever. I don't know. Like, you can only fit 16 on a PlayStation, so he might have gone and bought a second PlayStation just for this trophy, created 31 accounts plus his own. But look, to be honest, he's probably already had about 18 accounts before this, so he could have called on those, I suppose. And then you just invite them all in, and then that's it. So it's just bullshit trophy, and it's just another example of why ultra rares are so, well, it's not even an ultra rare, why very rare trophies are so important, because the work involved, it's a huge amount of work, no skill, but a huge amount of work. And this one here, I'm pretty sure, like, this sounds like you'd actually have to legit be good at chess, beat the computer on Grandmaster, but I'm pretty sure there's a cheese method here. So look, that's what that is. Look how that's impressive. Ooh, Australian internet came straight back. Who would have thought? Thank you, Australian government. So then we go down Harry Potter. Ugh, yeah. It's hard to tell with Rick. He's eclectic in his tastes, isn't he? He's got he's got like this Skyrim up here, and he's got Harry down here. Harry down there, huh? I think I've been to that site. So there's a lot of options, here. Look at this though. I like this look at this. The Elder Scrolls Online, Tamriel Unlimited. So every gamer likes to throw around that they play an MMO because it makes them seem more highbrow, more classy, and like the attraction of never getting that 0.02%. It's hugely valid because, again, that's another bullshit trophy where you just have to manipulate other people to do what you want, much like trophy hunting, I suppose. And so let's have a look here. So he's done 2 trophies in this. I don't even know. Look, to be honest, I played 2 minutes of this game as well and fucked it off. So I don't blame him. But his two oh look, it looks like I'm going so fast. So if you can't keep up, it doesn't matter. So he's killed 1 dragon in the wilds in DLC trophy pack 14. He just fucked off all these others because why would you do all the other packs? Like, who cares? And then he's done the First Blood as well. Join the Dark Brotherhood. Complete the Voices in the Dark Quest. Well, we know he's got a good voice, so that was a natural pick for him. I understand that, but I just like that he's just completely barred the whole. Look at this. He hasn't even bothered with the trophy list. It's like, I'm not playing your game. I'm just going straight for the DLC, which, that's an MMO gamer for you, really, isn't it? So that's impressive. Okay, so we see some rata spam here. It's all just garbage. This in particular, I'm told. Little Acre, yes, whatever. Bonfire. See, now what you wouldn't know about Rick, because it took so long to get here, is that he likes a bit of VR. Obviously not for a while, but he does like some VR, and he likes about 36 minutes. That seems to be his optimal performance range. That's impressive at your age, sir. I appreciate that. In fact, I think this is VR too. Look at that. Look, he's done them on the same day. This is a big day for Rick. Look at this. This is what you get away with. Look at that. There's a lot of trophies on that day. Look at this, 80%. This is a good game. I'll have to look into that more. Cave Diggers, 11%. So it's a VR game. It's no surprise. So this one here, I think is supposed to be good, but I think it glitched on him. But that could be an excuse that he just didn't want to finish it, and because nobody else has finished it, he just said, I wonder what the game owners are on this. He probably has 60 people. So look, it could be glitched, or everyone could have just gone, nah, this is enough. Yeah. I mean, some guy played it 5 hours ago, but Look, there's no guarantee he's still alive. He might be swinging by a noose by now, so we may never find out. Look, yeah, look, so, he's a proper gamer. He has a Japanese stack on his list. Good luck. He's also got Terminator's Salvation on his list as well. That's a Splatterhouse, yeah. Farm together. Congratulations, you got in before they patched the game, nerfed it, or they didn't nerf it. Whatever the opposite to nerfing is, basically bending people over, sticking the cow right up them is what they did here with the diamonds. But it looks like you got that beforehand. I have a feeling this might have been my tip. My tips are always dicey, as you can see, 9, 14%, 9. I noticed there's another my tip up here as well, Dead or School, 24 to 62. But you're not taking too many of my tips anymore, 35%. What else? This thing just goes on forever, doesn't it? Look, I don't know. How does he get all these? Look at this. He's even got some of these. There's a Spam Hunter's Guide to the Universe here. Look at this. So, this is just another sign that he has too much money. Look at all these archives games here. They all take 3 minutes. I mean, so he's waking out, $10 or, $10 Australian, which is probably like £half or something, in British currency, and, just blasting it away on things like Budasan, just to read you don't even read the instructions. They just give you the trophies, but they've got to give you a game because, Sony doesn't just allow you to give away trophies yet, but look, I mean, look, today's the 6th of March, by the 7th of March, who knows what'll be happening with the Rada showcase, spewing out 3-minute games. Mayo again. There's a lot of mayo. There's not enough mayo. You could always have some more. Shoot that across the screen. Yeah, what else? Look, Undertale. He might have done it legit, but 5 hours and 10 minutes, I doubt it. Star Manager. It's another soccer game. Look, even he couldn't be fucked finishing this. Like 70%. If you're English and you can't finish that's a sign, isn't it? If you're English and you can't finish a soccer game, it's worrying. It's more than worrying. It's alarming. That's what they should put on Metacritic. 70% finished by the UK population. Wouldn't sell at all then. We know that he beat it a couple of times in the Strange Things, Organ Trail. So most of these were he's played some Lego as well. It's another VR game. This one's quite fun. It's with the VR gun. Pretend to shoot things. Perhaps your children. I don't know. Whatever sets you up and sets you off. What else have we got down here? Counting Plus. This game is obnoxious. There's a scene in this where the bird just swears at you consistently. Now, again, if you're a parent, you're probably used to this, so you can easily do it. But for some, adjusted people that don't have that, burden on their life, it's just too much swearing, and just, you get under pressure. It's too much. No, too much. A little bit of skill in Hex Tunnel, like not much though, I think. Kingdom Hearts, like most people, he just put it in he started it up, earned a couple of trophies, fucked it off. Just makes him a legitimate gamer though, so that's okay. Same with BioShock. Oh, he platted this one. Legit Peggle. We've talked about that. That's obviously a mistake. Skyrim. Yeah. Well, again, it's just legitimate gamer. Yeah, he's got a late shift. Another late shift. Yeah, well, look, I don't mind that. If you're going to do the Japanese stack, please do the English stack first. So you have a rough idea. Why do the other one? It's too expensive anyway. Super Destronaut, more spam, Plague Inc. I think this is spammy. Now there's a guide. Cat Quest, Chroma Squad. Yeah, look, The Walking Dead. So look at that. He played The Walking Dead in the 4th of November, and now he's playing it again. And look, he's an old man. Maybe he's forgotten what happened. I don't know. Look at this. This says it all, doesn't it? Red Dead Redemption 2. It's like GTA 5. This game will probably sell billions of copies with everyone playing 2% of it. Like, he probably got rid of this copy, and in a year's time, he'll be like, oh, yeah, I want to play it again. I'll get it, and I'll get to 3%. But it's just, that says everything, doesn't it? And look, 1.95% just tells you it all. Fantastic. Life waster. Then, look, I don't know any of these games. I don't care. Conan Exiles took him 2 days. God knows why with the admin panel. Be done in 20 minutes with that thing, sir. And then, as we've said, his first trophy here is Dead Space. A Sega Mega Drive. Yeah, look, it's like, look at this. All this 100%. He started off. You see this though, don't you? These people, they bang on. They just bang on about starting a new account for some goddamn reason. Like, everybody cares. Like, I don't care. Start a new account on your new account. Show me something I haven't seen. Fucking hell, start an Xbox account. I don't care. Get your bloody trophies on Xbox. Show me something new. Get a trophy on Switch. I don't care about this new account garbage. Too much. But, anyway, these people that do start a new account, they always start off like this, like, 100%. It's like, I've changed. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to waste my money on these short games. It's embarrassing. And I'm better now. And I'm going to a meeting once a week. And, my wife loves me again. She spoke to me the other night. Things are much better. And then, it's not his fault. He got fucked by this game. I mean, many people did, but, he really did, because he was going on a roll. And then this happens, and, he recovered. Like, look, he did recover, but the problem is he knows that this is in the back of his mind. He knows he's never going back. And it's just like, this profile, it's ruined because of this. So what do I do? And then he's like, well, I could just start again. It's not the first time, the fifth time. And, then you're just like, no, I just can't be bothered anymore. And then, things happen, like, DLC happens, and then, and then look, 8%, 24, and it just goes downhill from there, and then you end up finding yourself playing, The Walking Dead on Vita again. Anyway, look, look, it is what it is. So, look, I don't know, numbers, it's all fantastic. So let's have a look. Let's have a look here at, look, I don't care about this trophy advisor. Look, if I wanted to be told what to play, I'd marry a woman. Like, this is just ridiculous, come on, get off it. Stats, well, this is interesting, because you can see how much of a degenerate someone is, whether they're a degenerate across the week or just, in a day or two. So, look, this is a good spread, multi-platform. Sort of like bisexual. It's sort of undecided. Nobody knows what it is. Today it was PS4, but tomorrow I'm going to be a little bit Vita. I don't know. Look, I don't know. Multi-platform. There's actually a leaderboard for that as well. Congratulations to those people. It's an achievement. So yeah, like as we said, 124 plats. See, Rick, this makes up a very small part of it. I don't know how this thing really works, but I think you want this thing to be the plat color. Like this side, that's the ideal. All that plat. All this bronze, all this silver, and then just a little bit of gold. Yeah, but look, I don't know how you achieve that. It's probably impossible. Of course, if you're a rata platter, then all this would be gold, and this would be the plats, and that would be the bronze in there. But, if you're not a rata platter, I don't know. It's tough. Look at this. It's just impressive. So this is all the points. 180,000. Imagine if you could exchange that for money. Like at 0.001 cent a point or something. Sony would shit themselves if that ever happened. Do you imagine them giving them out some money? No, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Okay, so look, so this is the real percentage. Like, I don't know, this percentage is different from this percentage, which is, it's a quirk of this site. I mean, there's many things going on this site that don't add up. The percentages are probably the least of those things that you'll read on this site that don't exactly make sense. You're just like, okay, but this is the true percentage. This is, I don't know what this percentage is. This is the percentage you come to see. This is the real percentage, and as we said, that's what it is. It's impressive, whatever. And then I don't know. This is another percentage. This is an 83. Well, this is the best percentage you have, Rick. So I'd just move this one up here somewhere, and maybe this is the country versus the completion versus the unearned trophies and the bronze. Maybe that's this percentage. Maybe this slide just put this in the last 20 minutes while we've been talking. Look, I don't know. Stranger things have happened. Look at this. If anyone's looking to buy an Avalon at the moment, this guy might be worth it. I mean, you can't afford it because you're on a trophy hunting site, but if you could, it might be worth contacting this guy. He's got a 4.8 rating stars. Just a reclaimer. I don't actually know this guy. I'm pretty sure we haven't played golf. I've played golf with many real estate agents, but I don't think I've played with this guy yet. I don't know. Well, we'll see. Anyway, let's get back onto the topic. So his average ranking is an S. It's impressive. Look at this. He's got no F games. So again, this comes back to this 209. I think he has a lot more games. He just doesn't want to put them on his profile because he's all about keeping this F low, the F value. So he's done that. And 152, it's good. It means he hasn't done many 100% games, I suppose. But, like, why would you? It's a waste of time. Investing time in a game that could be fun for a couple of trophies, usually bronze. So this is where we see the degeneracy curve here. So this just sort of shows you, it shows you a lot of things. It's just whether you take any of it in. This sort of uprising mound here, the manned mound, if you will. Oh, the screen just glitched there. This manned mound that Rick's got going on here, it's impressive or whatever. And, look, it shows that, he got 757 trophies on the 19th of September, which... That's lovely. He's on a bit of a performance decline, but again, he's an old elderly gentleman. This is not surprising. Perhaps if he takes a little Viagra, he'll get this shape going again. because it's not that long ago. So your wife's probably ready for another round. Have a think about it. It was September. So then we've got the trophy progression. So look, everybody I see is like this mountain of shit, basically just climbing up. You got your high quality shit. Well, sorry, that's down here, high quality. And you got your like medium. Then you got your chunky sort of stuff like your rat plats. And he's chosen a lovely color because that's exactly what it is. I suppose technically it's the color of the trophies, but it's really just the shit wedge. They should change this, and it just shows you slowly increasing, to a point where you just bloody well spammed out, I suppose, with garbage, which is when you hit this point up here, Rick, and then, I don't know, you just restarted an account, I think, when that happens. So this is the real degeneracy thing here. A lot of people don't look at this, but, it's at the bottom of the page. You might as well check it out, next to the high charts people here. And this basically just shows you when he plays. Again, so it's irrelevant because who really cares? It's not like we're going to be sitting beside him or watching over his shoulder as he plays or something. But it's good to know that, he likes to play a lot at 7 p.m., which is probably when the wife is, doing all the child duties or whatever, and he's just sitting on the couch, just, vegging out because his day finished hours ago and he's just chilling out or whatever. He's an old man, he's done by 11. I get a little bit of action here, but no action at 3 a.m. Well, it's not surprising. It's the dead hour, isn't it? And if you make it through that to 4, you live the next day, I think. And then trophies per day. So, look, I like this because it shows he's not a complete degenerate. He's still got some sort of control. Either that or somebody locks up the console on Thursday and Friday. His kids, perhaps, I don't know. But, he's a big gamer on Sunday, big gamer on Saturday. Monday, he's still wishing it was the weekend. He's got that, the weekly thing. Midweek blues carries through Wednesday. And by Thursday, Friday, he's realised he lives a conformist lifestyle. Either that or, as I said, his kids have got the controller and, he just has to watch. I don't know. Maybe he's at work. It's hard to say, It's hard to say what he's doing other than this. I mean, really, this doesn't give you a lot of information, I suppose. Level history. I don't think Rick plays the level history game. I don't think he cares, no. I mean, there's some people here that try and match up trophies with this too. I mean, that's just going beyond. It's going beyond that. It's going to sort of the serial killer level. It's getting alarming, I think. And then, let's have a look. So he visited 2 hours ago. So 2 hours ago, he was having a good day. He didn't realize his profile was about to get trashed, by an unfunny Australian. But, this is look at this. This is funny. Track your spending on gaming 2020. You're an addict when you start to make lists about lists, and that's got that. He's only got 2 followers, so if you want to give him a follow, you can. Although it's a big act to follow. This guy's got like a moving avatar, so probably wouldn't bother following there. He's got some people looking and checking him out or whatever else, and look, I don't know. This is this thing I was telling you about. It's just a joke. See, I wouldn't really class Bioshock as an RPG. He's just saying that because he's already finished it, so he can't. But then then he bullshits everyone with this Super Striker. It's a technical turn-based RPG based on football. 139 points. It's an interesting point system because I don't know how it works. I think you just add numbers and whatever. But you can bet somebody on here will correct you because this site is full of correctors. they just come out of the woodwork and love so nicely as well. So look, I think I think that's fine for a first go. At this. I think that's enough, Rick. I hope I did you some sort of disservice with your profile. I mean, what can you concentrate on now? I don't know, buy an Xbox. It might be too late to fix this profile or just restart, but, I don't know. I mean, go back to your singing games, You obviously enjoyed them by the percentages. Finish them off or something. Or just don't. It doesn't really worry me, but, it is, Rick, it is what it is. It's not a bad profile. It's not good, but then you knew that before you submitted it. So, let's check back in a couple of years and we'll see if you're still under this profile, I suppose. So, look, listeners, that's enough. It's exhausting. I didn't realize this talking bullshit about other people would be... Well, look, it's enjoyable for me, but it is exhausting, So, look, it is what it is. Look, if you liked it, then you've got nothing better to do, obviously, with your time. If you didn't like it, well, I don't care. And I'm sure Rick doesn't care either. So you're sort of, you're out in limbo. What I suggest if you didn't like it is you just get onto one of these sites and just whinge about the broken nature of trophies or something. That will suffice for everyone. It's predictable, guaranteed, basically. And, I suppose, if you're somewhat of a degenerate like, Rick here, and you're like, well, I just want some random bastard to read through my profile, just make some observations that are based and factless, information, then, please let me know, and you can reach out in the comments of this video thing, provided I get this thing up on YouTube, because fucking hell, that's a whole nother nightmare in the paint by numbers saga. Or you can, reach out to me on PSN if you like, at Affectatiousdonk, or, Discord or whatever in the show. Obviously, we do a serious show as well, so we don't just, spend my time rat shitting on people. The Push to Plat podcast, and we also do a bit of a, fucking spam fest of a show as well, where you just slam in the plats as you slam out the controller, and P2P Level Cap. So I think that's enough. I do. Now, the problem I have now is I'm not sure how to stop this thing. So, well, that's really a me problem. But thanks, Rick. Thanks for submitting it. I apologize. It wasn't funny, but at least you've got something now to add to your collection.